going to post a note. All right, I just posted that in my group. And so we are going to go ahead and go live with this today. And bear with me, I am still just getting all kinds of crazy feedback, but I am going to go ahead because I'm so excited to be here with you. So I am Kim with Kim Bomberger Photography, and I'm the founder of the group Women on the Rise. And I am here today with the amazing Kenyonn Demps.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the invite.
And Kenyonn is, among many things, a healthcare executive and the owner and president of A Seasoned Affair, which is an organization that assists mature women in reinventing themselves through the power of pageantry. So before we get started, I'm just going to ask everyone joining live to say hi and come in. And if you have any questions, to drop them in the comments, and we will be sure to answer them all before we finish up today. So I am going to turn this over to Kenyonn. Can you tell us a little bit about the senior pageants, the history of them, and just tell us your background?
Awesome. I sure will. Thank you again for the invitation. I know that you and I have been connected through one of our, at that time, past contestant, but now one of our Miss Senior Jacksonville queens, Kim St. Clair. So this is pretty amazing that after so many years, you and I are able to partner on something amazing like this. So thank you once again. Okay, so the good stuff, the really good stuff, the pageant. This year is year 15. It's flown by. It's been a piece of work in a good way, a lot of work, but good. So let me tell you a little history about the pageant. In 2008, I know it was a long time ago, but in 2008, I saw Miss Texas. She fell in her gown, and that day the media played it where she was up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and she just got up and kind of shimmied and dusted off her sleeves and kept on going. And I remember saying to my husband, I wonder who is Miss Senior Jacksonville. And he said, I don't know. I do college students. You do seniors. So I did a little research, talked to the city of Jacksonville, talked to multiple pageant directors here, and learned that there is not a Miss Senior Jacksonville. And from that point, I just woke up and kind of created it. Of course, with a lot of help, but just created it. And it's been a huge learning experience for me, for the contestants. The first year we had 15 ladies that just jumped in and said, pick me, I'll do it. And they had a blast. And we've been running ever since.
That is so amazing. And I apologize again. Everything is repeating back to me. So I am trying to hear you and hear the repeat. So
no worries.
So let's go ahead and talk about then, what are some of the reasons, what is the motivation that women have to come and enter the pageant?
They really vary. Some women come because they have never been in a pageant. When they were 3, 4, 5, they want to be in a pageant, but maybe mom and dad didn't see the value at that point, or money was tight and parents couldn't afford it. That's one reason. So it's like this opportunity comes up and, ooh, I always wanted to be in a pageant. So here it is. Some women do it because they are really competitive. So they come in with their notebook, their pen, they are ready to go. They have dissected the website. They've learned about the pageant, the past pageant judges. They know the ins and outs as much as possible about the pageant. And they're just competitive. They're just ready to dive in. Most women come in with very little expectation besides wanting to rebrand self, feel good about their contribution, um, put all eyes back on them, including their own eyes. It's a good way to set a goal, have your steps to reach that goal, and check it off on your list. Some ladies, it's just a bucket list item. So it just depends on the woman. But I want to say that mature women are so much different than younger women. Mature women, they've been there, they've done that, they won the t-shirt and many more. They have served many in their life. And by the time they come to the pageant, they just want to do for self. Nothing else really matters. They just want to do it. They want to make some friends, have some fun. And I remember probably about 7 years ago, many of our contestants said, we don't want to work that hard. We want to have fun. And so the pageant team and I got together and we tried really hard to create a pageant, but a fun pageant with a balance of, we got to still take care of business. So we have pageant luncheons, we have pageant photo shoots. We try to do fun things to help them network, get to know each other. And if they leave with one friend in the end, then for us, mission is accomplished.
That is so amazing. And believe it or not, I'm not hearing an echo now. I'm so happy. So I wanted to ask you about like what the requirements are in terms of it to enter a pageant. What is it that a participant would have to do?
I'm glad you asked that. And that is probably the most least asked question. But the requirements are pretty basic. We have two pageants on the same day. Miss Senior Jacksonville, you have to be at least 60 years of age by the pageant date and reside in either Orange Park or Jacksonville, Florida. For Miss Senior Diva, you have to range between age 50 and 59 by the date of the pageant. And same thing, live in Orange Park or Jacksonville, Florida. Now, we're trying to expand. We really are. So we are looking at Daytona, we're looking at Tallahassee, Florida, we're looking at Sarasota, Miami, and Atlanta. We're walking on faith and jumping out there for 2023, 2024, but that's the goal. So if there is someone out there that's interested, don't be afraid just because you heard Miss Senior Jacksonville or Miss Senior Diva for Jacksonville. We're expanding, we're growing, and we're going to walk on faith.
That is incredible. And then you had mentioned when we chatted about this being a stepping stone to go to other pageants statewide.
Yes. That's exciting too. When we first started years ago, 15 years ago, we partnered, and we still do, we partner for the Miss Senior Jacksonville pageant for women 60 and up. We assist them, sponsor them in the Miss Florida Senior America pageant. It's kind of like, who knew that there was a Miss Senior America or state pageants that lead into that national pageant. I actually ran or directed the Miss Florida Senior America pageant for 3 years. And it was a very good experience. I have to say that the state pageant and the local pageant are not affiliated. So if you come to us, yay, great. You don't have to come to us. But of course, we'll love for you to come to us and be Miss Senior Jacksonville or Miss Senior Diva. But they are two separate entities. Now, for Miss Senior Diva, there's not a state pageant for that that segment, but there are so many other pageants out there that women can go to, or we could direct them to, that they will be very happy with, and that actually levels up their game plan, levels up their skills.
Fabulous, fabulous. So I am still getting all of this crazy feedback. So I'm still listening to you say what you just said. So I want to go ahead and wrap this up for now. I want for you to talk, if you can, about the benefits to participants. Like, do you have stories about some of the participants and where they are now, how this has impacted their life for the long term going forward? And then if somebody wants to sign up, what are the deadlines and how do they reach you to do this?
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, for our ladies, their benefits have varied. Some of our women have come in and had a very short list of expectations for themselves, which there's nothing wrong with that, but maybe they just wanted to finish their book and they needed that motivation. And by being in the pageant, we encourage women to step out of their comfort zone, own their space. We encourage them to write their goals, fulfill their goals. We hold them accountable for that because we spend a lot of one-on-one time with them, learning who they are as a person. So we can tell her story or her life story. So we've had women that have completed their books. We have women that have said, I always wanted to be in a commercial, and it happened. We've had women that wanted to find the man of her dreams. And maybe she wasn't as confident before because she didn't feel like she had her groove going on. And then after the pageant, voila, poof, she has that confidence to go out there and believe that she is valued and she is worthy. And lo and behold, the man she was looking at was watching her too, and she was able to grab him. There are some women that want their adult son and daughter to see them as a woman, which is, I never thought about that until one of our contestants said that. And I thought, well, golly gee, yes, I am a mom and I am a wife and I'm a sister, and the list goes on with all the roles that we play. But to have my son see me as a woman, as a female, that's something a little different, because what she was saying is, I want my adult son and daughter to realize that I have feelings too. And I was a woman before I was your mom. And I want, all the basic life things that you want, my son, or you want my daughter. So I have to say that the sky really is the limit. When the women come in, all of them give us a kind of like a wish list. They tell us, if there was one person in the world you would love to meet, who is it? If there's one person in Jacksonville you would love to meet, who is it? And we really bend over backwards to try to make that happen for them through our network. Because even though they may not win the crown, they have still won.
Absolutely.
They have still conquered their fears. They have still walked in their own courage. They have still grown. Some of them are stage fright. Think about it. We have not interviewed in years. Most of our women, they get their job. They've had it for 20, 30 years. They're set or they're retired. So when we say you have an interview for the pageant, they are like, what? I have not interviewed in 3 decades. And so just relearning how to brand you, sell you, think about the skills that you have, that is already a prize. That's already a win. We have had women that have stayed with us since existence. So 15 years, a lot of our contestants, year after year, stay with us. And so that's a gain too. It's a gain for us because it shows that they're supporting our system and that they believe in our system. It also gives them that camaraderie with past contestants, past women that they share the same common ground. They go out to lunch together, they go to movies together. Some of them have been at each other's grandchild birthing and graduation. It's camaraderie.
I love it.
As you get older, sometimes it's a little harder to make friends. And that's one thing that we want our women to do is if you make one friend out of your pageant experience, job well done. If women are interested, they can go to the website. The website is aseasonedaffair.com, or they can call me at 904-887-8156. I text, or you could call, or you could go on the website and enter a message in the contact us. We also have a Facebook page, but it is not an opportunity that women have regretted, because they have gained much more than what they thought. I think that the listing of benefits is really endless. And I have to say that sometimes women don't realize what they've gained initially. It may take months and then they realize, wait, a year ago, I couldn't walk in this room and own my space. And look at me now. I remember one of our past queens, she has alopecia. And right before, I just love her, one, because our hair is like a part of being a woman.
For sure.
And to not have hair, it takes a certain amount of courage and boldness to walk in the room and still strut. And she won the pageant, but what she, I guess, failed to realize is that it wasn't about hair or not having hair. It was about your inner beauty. That is what our pageant is about. Being able to show the audience that inner beauty, who you are as a woman. And so I can go on and on and on about all the benefits of the pageant. I love what we do, and I love who we serve. Mature women, they're pretty awesome. And I think they deserve to be put on a pedestal. And that is one of the reasons why the Miss Senior Jacksonville and Miss Senior Diva pageant even existed.
Oh, thank you so much. I absolutely love everything that you stand for. We sing off of the same sheet of music. We always say that it's never too late to dream a new dream and to do something new and different, and life just continues to unfold for us, and we can continue to create new things into the world and continue to be empowered and continue to be inspired. And so I just want to thank you so much for being here with us today. And if anyone has questions, please drop them in the comments and we will be sure we get back to you and answer all of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kim.
Well, I'm going to stop this stream. Let's see, and I'll get right back with you. I think I'm dreaming new dreams and playing with new technology.